Well, it looks like Trump is totally going to destroy. I guess he wants to undo what Obama did, but he's going to undo uh, what's best for America. It's just, and if he don't do it, I guess he's gonna get shot in the head by Putin or poison. China got something to say about it too. Those Russian people, they want all that money. And I was thinking about it, um, they so involved in racketeering that I think we do have them on racketeering. I think we also have them on. I mean, Trump and his friends are like, I don't know. They need to get the Russians out of the United States, the Russian mafia out of the United States. But white supremacists love those Russians. Those Russians will say exactly what the white supremacists want. Don't forget, all y'all need to move to Wyoming or someplace. Yeah. Make sure you get all your kids out of the hot area. Get them out of Florida, man. You white supremacists, go on up north. You don't want to get any. You don't want to get any sun, get darker. Personally, if I was a billionaire black person, which I'm not, or just a millionaire, I'd go ahead and go visit London or France or something for the next 4 or 5 years. I would just, you know, um, Trump and all those other people, Republicans, they all got their money offshore, overseas. I would go. That's what I would. I would go. I would go overseas. I don't even know if I'd go to London, but I would definitely look up and go somewhere. Just get the hell out of the United States. It's such a police state. It's not like one of those populist now movies where unless you're in a real poor area, you know what I'm saying. So like people don't realize this. The movies show how bad it is. But like we don't really feel it living in it, but it's pretty bad. And then when Trump and his Republicans get done, that's gonna be the end of America as being a superpower, um, being a leader in the world. The end. They couldn't lead. They couldn't lead because they're greedy. It's all about how much money they can put in their pocket. They're real greedy. So it's or like we got to undo everything Obama did. Not with no reasons or why. It's just pure hate. And you're right. There's gonna be a basketball game or a football game, whatever fucking season it is. And they're all gonna be busy watching their sports, and, looking at X-ray shit. So I guess America be fooling their violin as the fucking country burns down. I wonder what he's gonna do about California. I wonder what Trump's gonna do about California. Is he gonna tell California, oh well, y'all got the most money, opposed to Puerto Rico. You don't got to help yourself, I mean, it's fucking cruel. And that's because the Russians and Chinese, they don't want nothing to happen nice. So Trump is it looks like he really we're looking at some of the money Manafort had, his connections he had with different Russian billionaires, and um, they got in trouble. And then I was thinking about that guy. What was it? Weinster, with the producer director, the big time Hollywood guy, and in the New York police. taping it. And if there's anything like the New York police, that was like, like the same type of mentality they had in the 70s, yeah, they were just blackmailing him. You know what I'm saying? And like I remember thinking like, cause I've seen him like, oh like this girl, she was a child prostitute, like she really wanted to be a child prostitute at 9 or something, and they were like, oh she's streetwise, and then like somebody goes, oh she's streetwise, and I'm like, oh she crosses at the green and not in between, because I used to have like this thing streetwise. But then it came out that no, some TV show, streetwise little girl, a white girl with some black eyes, and so basically streetwise turned into like she's a prostitute, and I guess like oh wow, so like that meant like you was wise enough to basically live on the street. Was not impressed with that type of thinking, but the thing about it was is they was like this way they could use the victim and victimize the victim over and over and over again. There's like this story about this cute little blonde in New Orleans, big blue eyes, and she's under 12, and they got men coming in and men coming in. Having sex with her, and they think she's she's streetwise. Oh, she's so smart. Oh, she knows so much. You know, 10 years later, the only way she could have endured that pain as a child really is for them to give her different pain pills and heroin and stuff like that. And she just wasn't. She wasn't a full grown person. So, there's a lot of tearing and ripping when that happens. And people must be normal. But anyway, so the only thing she ended up was just being an old heroin addict prostitute. But the funny thing is, she still had, her looks there for a while. And, and then, like, she had two sons, and, the oldest one, he was already, he was already prostituting himself out. But the police were like, oh, that's, like they were faulting the child for a lot of these behaviors. There's so many different stories about New York. Well, Memphis was the number one place to like pick up and get kids at one time. One of the number ones. A few other port cities, whatever. And it's because mainly like the propaganda that women have to go behind. Really like and what extremes they would go to not, be considered a horrible woman, like, oh my God, you had a baby when you're 17, you ruined your whole life, and oh, that's over. And then like, you hear all this stuff, and then when you're in college, everybody has babies. They're going, they're finishing up college. It's like, yeah, you're thinking, oh, you can't finish school, you had a kid, you just ruined. You just, oh my God, the worst thing you could be being a female is to have a child. I mean, you're just a dirty, nasty, it's just shamed your family. Oh my God. And then 3 years later, you're like saying you're 20 and you have a child, oh, you're not a bad person. Or get married. Oh, you're wonderful. Oh, the baby's beautiful. So, like, the police played up on that. Matter of fact, the police in the 70s thought they was pimps. 42nd Street, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows in New York the history. In New York, when with Ellison Island, the women came over, they were put right out in the street as prostitutes. These are white women. You know what I'm saying? Black men want to fuck white women, and white men want to fuck white women. So, get a flood of that. But, um, you know, now that, but basically men will have, they'll fuck fucking rubber doll. I see something on the internet where the guy was, you know, trying to have sex with a car. It was all in the exhaust pipe. So it doesn't really matter. Females were pretty much irrelevant in the type of thinking that Trump and his people have. So they're big in the sex industry. So is the Russia, but it don't matter. Boys pull more money. Boys pull more money, especially a lot of perverts. But I think that's the main thing that Trump and his Russian people were not only racist, but I think they're also in the dirty business of sex. So, and mostly the younger the better with them. And one of the reasons that's funny, one of the reasons, like this girl was telling me, one of the reasons why most of these men, and they were always like the men that look like sort of Trump's friends, um, I mean, like, I always feel sorry. I mean, like, be like the worst looking people, very unattractive. And it seems like they might have been attracted at one time, but once they go into that deviant type of sex thing, and they change. Their bodies just get ugly. But anyway, the girl was saying that well, anyway, her parents were in on it, and their mother died of AIDS, and her father was just a loser. He was just a child. Anyway, I'm way off subject. Cause I'm just thinking about the type of stuff business that the Russians is in. I know they was into blackmail, embezzlement, and prostitution. I know they was in cahoots with the New York police, cause seeing shit with my own goddamn eyes. Them doing that shit, So the child gets victimized over and over and over again, and it's considered okay. Then you end up with it. They do end up as fucked up, twisted adults. Um, and then so I think we have a president that's, if he doesn't come up with whatever the Russians want, China wants him to do to undermine the security and the financial and the citizens of the United States, to harm them. If he doesn't do it, you know, uh, what if they do let out that Trump had a relationship not only with females but with males, because that's usually what happens after so many decades you're in section, it don't make no difference in your group, their mindset. Of course, it still makes it different to everybody else. So, I think they got some good pictures, probably some females peeing on them, and Trump probably bend over, taking it. I probably liked it. I still think Trump has adult diapers on, but I don't care. And yeah, so unattractive body, just so disgusting. And he's all think he's a woman man. Well, they know it's because of their money, so they don't have to worry about what they look like. and they got the ugliest kid. He got one kid he thinks is all that gorgeous. Is she the type of person you would not? I don't care if you're a billionaire female, you would not want her to come to your fucking cocktail party. You know, 'cause I got cause she's gonna be real mad when she finds out that she's not the most beautiful motherfucker in the world. There's other women that outshine her, other women that outthink her, and got better taste when it comes to clothes than she do. You know, just I seen how they act with her in Europe. They don't like her. You know, so I don't know. So we'll see. We got a fucked up president that's trying to undo everything the other president did. So Trump's gonna go down as the worst piece of shit we ever had in the fucking White House. And he's working very hard for that title. So, I mean, he's working too hard to be the fucked up one. To me, undoing everything the previous president did and not working on the issues that we have at hand, like the hurricanes, the floods, the fire, the lack of electricity and water and health in these areas where they had that hurricane, where they have the floods. He's not doing anything for the American people, and then he turns around and he wants to take away health insurance for a million people. Everything he's gonna undo, he ain't bringing nothing to the fucking table. Haven't brought shit to the motherfucking table. Haven't brought one. I haven't heard not from Trump or from one of the Republicans a fucking creative idea. All their ideas is just marinated in their own hate. They hate black people so much they're gonna fucking destroy America. You know what I'm saying? And these people working hard, they got plenty of practice in destroying people's lives. Because like I was saying, yeah, they was in the sex industry. Yeah, they're in the drug industry. Yeah, they're bringing heroin over here. Yeah, they're bringing cocaine over here. And don't worry, white America. We're not gonna fucking do you like we do black Americans, because we cannot have a division. Fucking China and Russia cannot siphon out all the money and the life out of the United States unless they keep a division. So you white supremacists, keep working for fucking Putin. Keep fucking working for China. Maybe you could go to Russia and you could all live your white supremacist happiness over there. But in the meantime, if I was a fucking black American, if I was Jay-Z, if I was, I don't care, they got I don't know, anybody that's fucking rich, that has kids, I would be so fucking overseas away from here. My kids have been in Switzerland or some fucking place going to school. I would get them out of fucking America. Because we got a fucked up president, and it's getting ready to get fucked up in here. Wish I could afford to get my grandbabies out. But I'm not saying where they're at, but we'll see. We'll see. But so far, Trump and the Republicans have just done a horrible job. They're causing more harm and damage. And yeah, so what if you undo everything Obama did? What the fuck are you replacing it with? We're going to repeal and replace Obamacare. There's no logic behind anything that you say after that. There's no reason. The logic and reasons went out the motherfucking door. So the only solution is that you're real greedy and you get money kicked back from somebody. And I don't care. You need to check on your lobbyists. I don't care if they with the insurance people is not going to be happy with Trump and the Republicans. Stock market, you can tell there's something going on with our computer. Stock market, that's got to be some bullshit. We're waiting for them. I thought I had something crop up. Nothing. We're waiting for that. We were anyway. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to use this one or not. I'm all over the place. I'm really upset with a type of moron with type of legislation, and really Trump and the Republicans haven't did shit. And even the shit that they are doing, they sloppy. So they haven't did shit but criticize and stir up shit and try to get rid of our First Amendment while they're yelling, we gotta keep our second. I think niggas need to be making their own militia and going out there because this is a fucking police state run by a bunch of white people that got the IQ of a fucking piece of gum underneath my shoe. When it comes to the reality of what keeps America great, you know, I don't even want to use that word, but what makes America the strength and the power that it was in the world, they're also undoing. So, they give you racist ass, punk ass, low down, white ass shit. Might as well just call you the hepatitis of white people, you supremacists, you know, because you're toxic. You're full with toxic poisons. And I appreciate if y'all would get the fuck, go to Wisconsin, all of you, go to Michigan, all you white supremacists, why don't you just get the fuck up packing? You don't have to leave the United States, but y'all should get in one motherfucking area so the rest of us can now start living decent, healthy lives and fix shit. But we ain't gonna fix shit. You know, either it's gonna be Russia, China, or North Korea, or maybe even Mexico. Somebody's gonna shoot that motherfucking goddamn Trump. It could be Cuba because he insults everybody in the whole world. It could be Puerto Rico. It could be some 400 size fat motherfucker sitting. And trust me, I ain't weighing that much. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be the average Joe Black like me that's, you know, we used to race. Well, we ain't fucking used to racism. It's a different when you're used to it, then you expect to have some ignorant ass, white trash, racist bullshit coming up to you. You know what I'm saying? Some European trash. You know? If Europe didn't want these fucking white ass supremacist motherfuckers, I promise you that. And I know why. Because they the low down motherfuckers with an IQ below a fucking 100, and they, I had a cousin, you know, may she rest in peace, she had Down syndrome. You ever try to change a motherfucker's mind that has Down syndrome? No, you can't change it. Logic it don't matter. You can't change these people's mind with IQ, you know, 90 IQ of 50. You cannot. They're living in a different world. That's where our president is in the world. But somebody's gonna, you know what I'm saying? If they're gonna pick on American citizens, they're gonna pick on the football players. They're gonna pick on black people. But it ain't gonna be a motherfucking black person. It's gonna be a motherfucking person that knows you real well, that has deals with you, and knows what type of scumbags you are. You know? We shouldn't even call y'all white. We should call you scum. Scum ass hepatitis. You know what I'm saying? You know when people have hepatitis, they don't have that white shit. That's what they are. They're white shit. They're a disease. And so I guess Trump, you better hurry up and undo everything that makes America able to function. You better destroy our health system. You better fucking destroy our school. And you better get the military so motherfucking not want to back your ass. And if I was the Secret Service and somebody came shooting, you wouldn't find me at work that day. Because he don't have nobody else's back. So, anyway. This is so messed up. Video. At least I started off messed up. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so we got a real paranoid president. But you know what I mean? They're gonna pick on American citizens. Well, come on, bring on your police state. Just remember, once they wake up and they realize that you fucking them in the ass with these getting rid of everything that Obama did, and they realize that we're in a worse situation than we ever been, in the crisis when it comes to our finances and our health and our school system. And you know how Trump knows how these white supremacists are. They the ones marching with these guns. Don't you fucking look at the black community. Don't you fucking worry us about your white trash hate shit. That's on you, and I promise you, white will take care of white. So don't worry, Trump. So don't even be paranoid, because you ain't coming up to in the hood in the first motherfucking place. So you don't have too many enemies. There's almost everybody in the Atlantic on those islands. Just like everybody in Asia. Everybody in Mexico and below in South America. Australia, Britain, Germany. Don't worry. Keep picking on the black people while you picking on us. Don't say shit when your motherfucker that you think is your motherfucker friend stabs you in your motherfucking back. Don't say shit.